Real Madrid are reportedly done in the transfer window. Florentino Perez has come out and said there will be no more signings. As it stands, their transfer window would finish with Fran Garcia coming in, Jude Bellingham, Joselu, and Brahim Diaz. Now, if this is true, rate this transfer window for Real Madrid on a scale of 1 to 10. G, how are you feeling?
Honestly, as it is right now, I would have to give it a 5. But it leaves me with this pondering thought. Paris is not a dumb man. He is one of the most shrewdest operators in how he does business in Europe. I think he's bluffing. I don't think this will be the last signing. From the one thing I've learned from Florentino Perez from watching him over these years, that he's the most unpredictable man in all of sports. One of the most unpredictable people in all of sports. And I just have a feeling this isn't it. And we all know that one guy he really wants. So I just don't think this is it. The team is not looking too great right now. They're missing a guy at that center position. And look, I just don't think this is it. So we'll just have to see. That's just what I feel, what I'm sensing, but I could be wrong, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah. But well, look, as it stands, if this is it for Real Madrid and this is their final transfer window, with these four signings being the only players coming into the club, I have to give it a 4 out of 10. And that's simply only because of Fran Garcia and Jude Bellingham. I really rate Fran Garcia and obviously Jude Bellingham, one of the best in the world, no doubt about it. Madrid, they need a proper number 9. Joselu isn't bad, but he's a backup. He's a guy that you play in some La Liga matches when you're resting your main guy. Joselu cannot be your main guy if you want to win La Liga, if you want to overtake Barcelona, and if you want to overtake Man City and retake that Champions League crown, which we know Madrid want to do. That's their goal. Madrid's goal every single season is to win both La Liga and the Champions League. And if you don't win at least one, it's a failure. The club standards for Real Madrid are higher than any other standards in world football because Real Madrid have won the most. They expect to win the best trophies every single year. And quite frankly, with this squad as it stands, I don't think you win any trophies. You'll be lucky to win Copa del Rey. I think Real Madrid could be in for a repeat of the 2018-19 season with this squad, unless Florentino Perez is bluffing and has a trick up his sleeve and signs either Harry Kane or Mbappe, and it looks like Harry Kane has been discarded, so it has to be Mbappe. That is what this team needs. If they get a proper number 9, this team is Champions League winning ready. They have the manager. Carlo Ancelotti, he's done it before. He's the coach that has won it the most times in the history of football. He's ready. He needs a proper 9. He's been on his knees begging Perez for it, and Perez is reportedly not ready to deliver. Let's just be honest. Are you overtaking Barcelona and winning La Liga or winning the Champions League with this as your attack options? Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Joselu, Brahim Diaz, and Fede Valverde? Fede is not even supposed to be in that options. He's not supposed to be an attacker. He can do it, but you don't really want him there, do you? You know what I mean? One injury, and Madrid are basically down bad. They're basically going to have to start calling Castilla players to get in the lineup. You know what I mean? This is not a great spot to be in. I honestly agree with you. I feel as if Florentino has a trick up his sleeve. There's no way that he can have the audacity to go into next season replacing Benzema, arguably one of, if not the best striker to ever play for the club, and then rock Joselu the next season. I find it very hard to believe that he would do that, but we all know how badly he wants Mbappe. He wants Mbappe more than anything. And I never thought I would say this about Real Madrid, but if there was ever a player that they were willing to basically throw away a season for, it's Mbappe. Madrid are not a club that is willing to really throw away a season and make it basically like you're not going to win anything. But if there's a player that they would do that for, it's Mbappe. We have seen how badly Perez wants him. So it's weird. It's a weird spot because I think Miss Madrid team is very, very close to being the favorites to winning the Champions League. But as it stands, I think that they could genuinely go out in like the round of 16 or something like that because you can't get past elite clubs in Europe with Joselu as your striker. Maybe he's good enough against most of the La Liga teams. He scored 16 goals in La Liga last season. 5 of them were penalties, of course, and he's not going to take penalties for Madrid. So he's going to get you double-digit goals at the very least, but he's just not good enough to win against the elite clubs in Europe. We saw it with Bayern Munich this season. They were rocking Choupo-Moting. And yes, can Choupo-Moting get you some goals? He can. But when you're playing the best of the best, when you're playing the most elite clubs with the best players in the world, he wasn't getting it done. He is not good enough. And Joselu, I put in the same boat. He is not good enough. And if Real Madrid are serious about competing this season, they will bring in a proper number 9. To be quite frank, my final point here, I feel extremely sorry for Carlo Ancelotti. He won the Champions League in 2022, and he has been rewarded with nothing. You basically, you did bring in Tchouameni and Jude Bellingham, but you basically got him nothing. You didn't replace Benzema this season. Last season, you needed to bring in depth in the January transfer window. You didn't. The board said we had the day off. We weren't signing nobody. Ancelotti was okay with that. He played with the cards that was dealt, and all you really won was obviously the Club World Cup and the Super Cup, of course, and then the Copa del Rey. But next season, you're not in those competitions. You can't win those. You really, the only trophy that I think you have a realistic chance of winning with this squad as it is the Copa del Rey. You can't win La Liga with Joselu as your main striker.
Well, I think they win the Super Cup. I think they win
that. But who cares about that? You're Real Madrid. That's
yeah.
You want to win La Liga or the Champions League, and my point is you can't win that. And I feel extremely sorry for Carlo Ancelotti because he won it in 2022, and I think he could have won it last year, and he could win it this year if Perez said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and make signings. And he hasn't done it. He brought in Jude Bellingham, but you can't replace Benzema with Joselu, man. That's a disgrace.
Okay, it's my turn. So I agree with some of the points you said, but I think we're at different points to where we think the level of this squad is. I think this squad can still make a run in the Champions League. I think that's not completely out of the question. Yeah, absolutely.
Can you win it, though? Can you win it?
That's where we might differ. That's the problem is with the Champions League. It just depends on who you draw. I mean, we saw Liverpool when Real Madrid played Liverpool. They basically had the most Mickey Mouse run to the final I've ever seen in my entire life. But it just depends who you draw. Look, if we draw Man City in the round of 16, look, even as delusional as I may be, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. But I think if the luck of the draw, we could get some favorable matchups and we could go deep. The only thing that worries me is, obviously the fitness of certain players, the depth. If Vinicius Jr. picks up one knock and he's out for a month, we might as well, just get relegated because that's our best player. Because we're basically just hoping, because I think Vinicius is ready to take that next step to be, he's already in the talks of top 5 player in the world. I think he's ready to take that step to be top 3. I think he's really. I think we're going to see him score more goals because I'm hoping he takes penalties. I mean, that's the one thing he does and takes that more of that leadership type role.
He would have to take a Ronaldo-esque jump.
I don't think. Well, look, don't call me crazy. I don't think that's completely out of the question. We know how good Vinicius Jr. is.
Scoring the amount of goals as Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, I'm not saying that, but that's not all Vinicius does. He gets he got 20 assists this season. Who's to say he doesn't get 25? He doesn't get 27. He gets somewhere up there to where because we know he has that. He's never going to be as good as a goal scorer as Cristiano Ronaldo, but there's certain goal contributions he could get close to. Look, we're talking about the second greatest player of all time here, but I'm just saying Vinicius can put his name up there as he's arguably the best player in the world. Like that guy is one of the best players in the world.
I agree. No, and I 100% agree with that. But my thing is, I would be very impressed if Vinicius was able to get 25 assists next season, and continue to improve those assist numbers. Because instead of Benzema, he has Joselu. No disrespect to Joselu, but you're not even lacing up Benzema's boots. But even at his age, and he is now,
to be fair, Joselu is going to be getting better chances than he's ever gotten in his entire life. He has Jude Bellingham, he has Camavinga, he has Rodrigo, he has Vinicius around him. I think those numbers are going to be up a little bit. And I'm not going to say he's going to score 30 goals this season, but we could see a cheeky little 15. That could help a lot. That could help us win a couple of the race, Super Cup, and maybe compete in the league. I think there's still a good chance that they can compete with Barcelona. Am I going to completely stamp that? Yes, we're going to absolutely batter Barcelona? No, but I think it's going to be competitive. It's more competitive than what a lot of people are giving them, the credit or the doubt that with Joselu up front, they're going to not even make top 4. Like,
that's crazy because that's not going to happen. Madrid's midfield and defense is too strong for that to happen.
Quit playing right here, because come on.
Madrid's midfield is wild. If any,
Madrid's midfield is literally probably the most stacked midfield we've seen since 2011 Barcelona.
That's a bit far, but I do think that. I don't think they win the league next season. As
it stands right now, because we can only judge this team by how it looks like right now. I can't judge it. It has Mbappe in it because they don't have Mbappe.
Basically, the report is that this could be it.
This could be
obviously, we both kind of think that Florentino has the trick up his sleeve.
I don't think it'll be it, but if it was, I'm not really gonna say completely. Oh, this is just a wash. We're just gonna go in and we're gonna go trophyless. I don't think that, but I think the only way Perez would accept that is if they already kind of know, okay, we're not gonna get Mbappe this summer. We're just gonna get him for free. And
Yeah.
look, I'm willing to take
A
a
season
shitty
off.
little take somewhat of a season off, take a little shitty Copa del Rey or a Super Cup and be done with it to have Mbappe for free. But
Have
I
a
highly doubt PSG are going to allow Mbappe to leave for free. You have to just think, just take a second to think to let a player like Kylian Mbappe walk for zero euros, $0,
at
zero
24 years old,
clams at 24, 20,
where you could
24,
easily
25.
get 150 million,
You
even though
could
his contract is
he's
expiring.
this is a player valued at upwards 200 million walking for free. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So look, I think this is just a big, I
Bluff.
think Perez is playing checkers. We're playing no, he's playing chess.
Chess.
We're playing
Yeah.
checkers.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna pull something out. But as it is right now, I don't think Madrid are that bad as people want to perceive it. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see when the season starts.
Look, I still, if I had to predict, I still think that this transfer window, Mbappe will join Real Madrid. I do think Florentino Perez is just kind of bluffing right now. He's saying what he has to say. He doesn't want to annoy PSG. We know that, they kind of get annoyed if you go out in the media and say, I'm signing Mbappe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't like that. He's
Yeah,
saying what he
because
has to say to keep a good relationship with the club. But my point is, let's just assume it doesn't happen. If Madrid do all of this, basically, in a way, toss this season away. Obviously they're still going to play the games, of course, but I don't think you win La Liga. I don't think you win the Champions League. You maybe win Copa del Rey next season. Basically, for Madrid, that's tossing the season away. If you do all of that, and then we know how Mbappe is. He's a guy. He's kind of unpredictable. We've been in this exact position before, and we all thought he was going, and he resigned. If Madrid do all this, throw away the season, and then somehow or some way he resigns to PSG, Perez is going to look like an absolute clown. That's just the facts. And I know Perez doesn't want to look like that. I think ultimately that's not going to happen, but it can't happen. It literally can't. I think that would just be. I don't. There's almost no words.
I would fall off the roof of my house if that happened, because just from all the reports that that Mbappe's family and the pressure they get from the country, from the
president,
from the president to stay here. Look, and his friends having things that it's a prison Saint Germain. That to me doesn't sound like someone who's
you
really
want to go back.
Stay.
It seems as if this time
he's had
done.
public. He's gone publicly to say some of his problems with the club. Especially with I think there was a season ticket trailer to where it was like, this isn't Mbappe Saint Germain. This is Kylian Saint Germain. Yeah, like it's the club. He wants to be a team guy, so he has his problems. I really doubt he resigns, but those are the only options. Yeah. Join Real Madrid or resign with Paris Saint-Germain, because no one else is in the race. And everybody knows what anybody would choose, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, look, Mbappe would literally be officially signing his career away, wasting his career. And to me, it would just be the biggest disappointment in football history if Mbappe somehow, some way, for some reason, re-signed again at PSG. Because it basically just means you're never going to win the Champions League.
You're never winning the Champions League.
You're never winning the Champions League. And for a player that's that good, we all know this. He's unbelievable. He's not, look, Ronaldo's gone, Messi's gone. He's the best player in the world now. He's that good.
It's him and Haaland right now.
And Mbappe is the better footballer. That's my point. Haaland is a better goal scorer, this and that. But overall, I'm taking Mbappe. I'm taking Mbappe on my team any day of the week, and it would be a huge disappointment if he for some reason re-signed to PSG again, because it'd just be basically announcing that you are wasting away your career for a player that's that good, that could have one of the best legacies in football history if he makes his decisions right. And he'd basically just be saying, I'm just going to stat pad Ligue 1 titles and golden boots in France, hopefully that gets me in the Ballon d'Or conversation. It ain't. You're not winning. You might not even win the Ballon d'Or if you stay at PSG ever. That's how bad it could be.
Absolutely not.
We're talking about his next chance would be the World Cup in 2026. But I don't think it's going to happen. It's basically just hypothetical talk here. My thing is, Madrid, I hope you're bluffing, because this is not good enough for a club of the standard of Real Madrid. And I think we can both agree on that.
Yeah, well, I'll agree with that.
But you're going to have to let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Is Florentino Perez bluffing, or do you think Madrid are actually going to go into next season with Joselu as their starting nine? Do you agree with me? Do you think Joselu is not good enough to win a Champions League and win La Liga? Let me know in the comments down below. Who do you predict to win La Liga? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video. But I think without further ado, we can wrap up this video.
Let's get out of here.
So I'm Zach.
I'm G.
And we will see you next time for another video on the channel. Peace!